think?
Bring back segregation.
100% disagree.
Dead ass. Bring it back. I want to know where I'm not welcome, okay? Put them signs back up. Colors only, whites only. Let's do it, all right? Rip the Band-Aid off. Especially for a restaurant. Are you kidding me? Whites only? What do I want to do in there? What they got? Mashed potatoes, mayonnaise, hot dogs. Colors only. We got seasoning, turmeric, paprika.
Okay, I like this.
Okay.
You were saying that the black excellence.
Absolutely.
The segregation is to get the
colored excellence.
Okay.
Okay. What's the playlist in the whites only spot? They playing Carrie Underwood and Kid Rock. We playing Babyface and Diggable Planets. Ain't no overhead lighting. What are you talking about?
Wait, where am I going?
Colors.
Hell yeah.
Look at his hair. Talking about where am I going? That's the problem with North Africans.
That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. I'm in. 100% agree. Let's go.
Talking about where I'm going.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What happens to you in the summertime?
Where are we putting the Italians?
Listen.
I just want to know.
I don't need their food. I don't like tomatoes.
So they're going on the white side.
Black people spend over $1 trillion a year. I would love for the government to force us to spend it on our own people.
This is very good.
Yeah,
I like this a lot.
I brought you over to the side.
And the black airplane?
Oh, come on. The Soul Plane, baby.
I want to be on Soul Plane.
Yes, it's going to be noisy on there, but that's what noise cancellation headphones are for. You know what I'm saying?
And they're going to have all the good movies?
All the good movies, all the good music.
Oh, man.
And while we at it, bring back sundown towns. They never left, but...
What's that?
Well, a sundown town was back in the day during Jim Crow where black people weren't allowed to be in a town after the sunset.
Wow.
So those towns never left. They still exist in America, but they took the signs down. I want them to put the signs back up. I wanted to save 248 miles to the next town that likes colored people. Get your gas in Atlanta. Don't stop till you get to Savannah, all right?
I'm with her.
He with me.
Donald Trump, to some, is a champion of free speech and traditional values, but to some white Americans and many black Americans, his policies and rhetoric signal something far more alarming: the return of segregation, not in name, but in practice. How did we get here?
So did you guys see that federal agencies are now bringing back segregation, and that they quietly have undone the law that prohibits certain constitutions and institutions that have goods or services to segregate? While y'all are on here bring back segregation, they already did when they wiped out DEI, but people are sounding the alarm on it because they are instituting it and telling companies to start to do it now. Segregated facilities are no longer explicitly banned in federal contracts, meaning they can do shit like rating rooms for colored onlys and white only gyms. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's read. The segregation clause is one of the several identified in a public memo issued by the General Services Administration just last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. Now, this memo explains it is making changes prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which replaced an executive order signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. Now, a recent notice from the National Institute of Health shows that change is already in effect. Several federal agencies, include the Department of Defense, Commerce, and Homeland Security, have notified staff who oversee federal contracts that they should start instituting these changes. The changes to the FAR 52-222-21, which is prohibition of segregated facilities, and 26, equal opportunities will not be considered when making award decisions or enforce requirements. Now, the prohibition of segregated facilities, the reason why we don't have to go into establishment and see for colored water fountains fucking only, is because of the Prohibition of Segregated Facilities Act. Contractor has to agree that it does not and will not maintain or provide for its employees any segregated facility at any of its establishments, which explicitly bans the use of segregation in public spaces. And guess what? Trump undid that, and the person who is whistleblowing on this and telling the federal agencies now have to do it doesn't even want to show his face. So while you guys are on here saying dumb shit like we're resting and digesting as black people, they're slyly undoing everything that we worked years for. So yep, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
You guys, Trump wants to bring back segregation. The others are happy about this. Come closer, my people. Let's be focused right now. Now is the time, okay? Y'all keep saying we're not our ancestors, we're not our ancestors. Watch out for these hands, X, Y, and Z. Now is our time. We're not going to fight to get back into spaces where we're not wanted. Now is our time to build our own spaces. Yes. Do we all agree? Thank you. They're rolling back everything that our ancestors fought for. So now's not the time to have a conflict within our own community. I see people arguing with the Caribbean community versus foundational Black Americans. We're all N-words to these people, so let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. While they roll this back, let's focus on building. Come on, we can do it together. We make our own spaces. We don't need to enter theirs. We'll just be fine.
Donald Trump was 18 when segregation ended. Donald Trump was 18 when segregation ended, and he was 19 when President Lyndon B. Johnson signed into effect the Equal Employment Opportunity Executive Order. I'm seeing people ask why. Why would Donald Trump sign an executive order which revokes Lyndon B. Johnson's executive order? Why does he want to get rid of DEI? And my theory is vengeance. During his most formative years, from 0 to 18, he watched people fight tirelessly to not have to integrate with Black people and other people of color. And on the brink of his adulthood, segregation was ending and orders were being signed for non-discriminatory practices for hiring and employment. I feel like at one time or another, Trump was passed up for an opportunity in his life. And instead of looking inner and saying, well, maybe I just wasn't smart enough, maybe the other person was more qualified, he thought it was strictly because of the ending of segregation and these non-discriminatory practices. Also keep in mind the 1973 federal lawsuit that was brought against Trump and his company for alleged racial discrimination at his housing development. This is just my opinion, but I don't think Trump ever wanted segregation to end, and I think that he blames the ending of segregation and the implementation of equal opportunity orders on his shortcomings and some of his legal troubles, and I think that he would try to bring segregation back as much as he possibly can. I honestly think that he is holding a grudge, and this is his way of trying to vindicate it. He genuinely views anyone who is not a straight white male as a DEI hire. Only our third day out here, and it is already so spooky scary. Spooky scarier than J-Lo's live vocals.
So Donald Trump just brought back segregation. Yes, I'm saying that. He just brought back segregation. Segregation on bathrooms, on restaurants, on who to hire. That is part of removing DEI. Okay? Let's do it. Bring back segregation. I want to know where the fuck I'm not welcome. I want to know where my money does not deserve to be put at. Because let's make this very fucking clear. Black people in America are the buying power. Y'all forget we buy more than anybody else. I don't know why we do that shit, but we do. So let us know where the fuck we aren't welcome. Bring back segregation. I guarantee y'all gonna fuck up all y'all money. Because white folks don't shop like that. And when they do, they don't spend in middle class areas. It's the rich shit like Gucci and Prada. Not everyday hometowns. Go ahead and fuck yourselves up. Bring segregation back. Yup. Bring it on back. Let's see how this shit rise. You see what's going on with Target.
Y'all see it now. I get it. I love that more and more people are talking about this. More and more people are seeing the same routine happen with this administration. It never fails. Every time their backs are against the wall, every time they're in a position where they are clearly losing favor, specifically with their voting base, they start trying to bait Black people. Be honest with me, Republican voters. Be honest, MAGA. Is this a part of your vision? For all of you who kept saying over and over, we don't see color, we are not the ones who are perpetuating all of the racism. It's the people on the left. This idea that they want to bring back Jim Crow laws or segregate anything is all hyperbole. You guys are overreacting. How does this make you feel? I want to know, how do you feel? They are saying that federal contractors will no longer be penalized if they have segregated facilities. Are you going to express concern? Are you going to ask any type of follow-up questions, or are you going to move the goalpost on this one as well? Are you going to say, no, segregated facilities are something we've always wanted? What about the Blacks for Trump? What about y'all? All of y'all saying Trump has never been racist towards Black people whatsoever. How are y'all gonna feel about this? Oh wait, let me guess. Y'all thought them colored bathrooms was better, right? Y'all thought it was more masculine or better for our community to have our own bathrooms. Because I'm sure that's something that y'all are gonna try to say when this question comes to your front door as well. Like I've said, this is an obsession. They really would like to see our participation in everything that's going on. But we not going for it.
So Trump is a racist. So his executive order for DEI repealed another executive order from Lyndon B. Johnson. Segregated facilities are no longer explicitly banned in federal contracts. There are still state and federal laws that prohibit segregation. So ultimately, his executive order pertaining to DEI and pertaining to this clause doesn't necessarily make segregation legal. So it's more so symbolic. However, this goes again back to what he and Elon Musk have consistently been trying to do, which is antagonize the black community and grab their attention. He is continuing to try to agitate black Americans. And I think he's just trying to, again, get people riled up, but it's not going to work. There are still state and federal laws in place that make segregation illegal. So ultimately, black people will not take the bait.
In the news today, Donald Trump has cut the federal funding clause which prohibits segregated bathrooms. Now, companies do not have to abide by the segregation laws. They can have a bathroom that says whites only and coloreds only. This is 2025. Is this what you all voted for? Because I didn't. God bless America.
Trump has long been accused of using coded language, so-called dog whistles, to appeal to certain groups while maintaining plausible deniability. His references to law and order, calling majority black cities war zones, and telling Congresswomen of color to go back to where they came from have reinforced the belief that his vision of America does not include black progress. Beyond rhetoric, Trump's policies have had real consequences for black communities. Under his administration, the Department of Housing and Urban Development weakened fair housing protections, making it easier for discrimination to go unchecked. His stance on school choice and funding cuts to public education disproportionately harmed black students, deepening existing inequalities. And let's not forget his society toward diversity and inclusion programs, efforts designed to level the playing field. One of Trump's most lasting impact is his appointment of conservative justices to the Supreme Court, justices who have played key role in rolling back civil rights protections, the gutting of affirmative action, challenges to the Voting Rights Act, and the push against workforce diversity initiatives also serve to reinforce systemic barriers that black Americans have fought to dismantle for decades. Trump's Make America Great Again movement has embodied groups that openly call for racial separation and white nationalist ideas. Many black Americans see this as a direct threat to the progress made since the civil rights movement, a sign that segregationalist thinking is making a comeback, wrapped in the language of patriotism and heritage. But history has shown that black America does not back down in the face of oppression. The rise of Trump-era racial tension has sparked renewed activism, political engagement, and grassroots movements fighting for justice. Whether through voting, economic empowerment, or social advocacy, black communities continue to push back against any attempt to reverse hard-wrought rights. Is Donald Trump bringing back segregation? Maybe not in its old legal form, but many black Americans see his presidency and movement as a return to racial division, exclusion, and systemic barriers. Thank you for watching, guys. Do not forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comment box below. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.